Peace and blessings, family. This is your boy Gerald. It is Monday, the 12th of June, 2017. How is everybody doing? Getting ready to walk right into your new work week. It's a fresh new week. Monday. Some of you are going to see this once you get to work, even though you should be in your work. Then some of you may be just starting the movement of the day by having your coffee. This is to you. And then there may be some of you that work the midnight hour, the grave shifters, the third shifters. Shout out to you. And you're coming home to finally unwind from your weekend or if you worked. So, family, I want to give you this as you take this into your new week. But before you start your week, remember this: there is only one you. So there is a responsibility that you keep yourself in safe keepings. Sidestep the negative by grounding your feet, by placing God first in everything you do. This is what fortifies and is the example of what intimacy is about. The connection. That's why there is a direct difference between those who deem to call themselves religious and those who are spiritual. There is a reason for that. See, religion, when you break it down, means pattern. But being spiritual means what? Connection, intimacy. Into me, I see. Are you allowing you to be vulnerable, to look inside you? How about this? You're gonna let another hour slip away from where you are intended to be? How about them dreams that won't go away? They keep urging and nudging inside you because they want to be birthed out, because the fact that that is part of your direction. And that direction is going to open doors to your true identity, known as your purpose. With your purpose, it will define your legacy. Sure, there'll be many people out there that walk, talk, look. Oh yeah, there's a lot of people out there that look just like you. And they love to get close to you just to set you back if you allow them. And this is not opportunity to be passive aggressive. This is stating the fact that you must remain vigilant. Because see, that's what that opportunist requires. They want to catch you slipping, family. They want to keep you distracted. They want to keep you looking at things that have no value, merit, or substance. It doesn't enhance you. It slowly robs you of you, only to feel a void, only to feel depleted, only to feel disconnected of self. So we can't do that. You know why you can't do that? Because you woke up this morning and you look in that mirror. And you know what happened? The reflection, look back. And then you felt what? Them secrets. Why in 2017 do you feel that you have secrets? You do understand, as long as you keep them secrets, you can't claim your life because those are in the way. That's why it's very imperative that you speak your truth. More important is, when are you going to make a decision to talk to him? Have your burdens will be removed the moment that you have courage to forge a relationship with him. Let me explain something to each and every one of you why it's very important that you have a relationship with God. Number one, he created you. You're a spiritual being first, encased into a physical form to fulfill what? Your purpose. So everything correlates. Everything is connected. That's why you are so perfect. Just look at your hands. Look at them fingerprints. There's no one that has yours. Look at that skin, that beautiful skin. And I know somebody so insecure, you're worried about because you got a bruise, a scar. You may have been in an accident and it altered the texture of the skin. But guess what? It's still strong enough to heal. And you'll come to understand that even though that occurred, you were able to prevail from it. Because truth of the matter is, that was your wake-up call. Who am I talking to? And you're mad because you knew that there was a moment where you thought about it. Should I go or should I stay? Should I stay or should I go? And the frustration of making the decision only to usher in that period of pain, only to bring the surface of feeling alienated. Who am I talking about? Why in 2017 do you feel that you are lonely? You know why most people feel that they're lonely? It's because they don't have a connection with themselves. And they definitely don't have a connection with their spirituality. And that's what man wants you to believe. Man doesn't want you to believe. Man doesn't want you to believe in God. Man wants you to believe in man. That's why everything, when you look on the commercials, from everything that's found in your world, your reality, it's set up to catch your attention, just like as if you were in a grocery store. Because at the end of the day, it is about revenue, family. It is about growth. But which way are we growing? Are you growing to go forward or are you growing backwards? Which means you're going to waste time having to retrace your steps. So we are moments away from ushering in summer of 2017. And I will throw a video out to commemorate that. Some of y'all already have plans of things that you wish to acquire, as well as things you wish to take place. Now, but let me ask you this. In that, is your happiness on the top? How about your emotional security? Because see, some of y'all are thinking with the wrong head, and you're thinking, well, you know, I'm just going to be out there sowing my oats. And let me explain something to your family, to my millennials. If you're under the age of 35 years old, take the stopwatch out your life. Right now, the world wants to convince you to burn candles on both ends. It wants your mind and body to be wore down so you're not a risk down the road. Keep in mind, the medical community needs nice patience 20 years from now too. But see, that would be too morbid. That'd be too real. But some of y'all don't see that truck coming. Some of y'all have this false sense of security thinking, well, hey, I look good. Ain't nothing gonna happen to me, until reality comes, and next thing you know, you're sitting in a wheelchair or you're strapped to an IV or that you're sitting in front of a doctor's office and they're saying, well, we're not sure, but we're going to trial these. And now you're part of the prescription parade. Who am I talking to? Make this the summer that is the breakthrough or the springboard needed to carry you to where you should have been. That's directed to somebody. You've been scraping your knees far too long. Your experiences has convinced you that you were born to play the victim and the martyr because nobody loves you. You know why nobody loves you? For you what you perceive? Because you're not loving you first. And let me make this clear when I say love you first. This is not a position of selfishness. This is not a position of conceit or contrite. This is not a position of shallowness. This is a position to connect back to that little boy and that little girl that lives in you still. You're still that little boy and little girl because you age. The only reason why you age is because the exposure to the atmosphere when you walk outside your door. And where everybody knows the most progressive form of aging the body is stress. How about those of you that like to put that beautiful porcelain mask on, but you've been suffering from depression for the last 15 years of your life? When are you going to break that shackle? When are you going to allow yourself to admit to yourself you've been wrong? Take the anger out. Put the knowledge in. Acknowledge what has been knocked off course. Then acknowledge your part in it. That's right, your part. And I'm going to tell you why I say it's your part. Because you wouldn't be able to possess it if you was not physically there. Now, of course, there are many variables connected to that. Because if your mind was not right, your logic won't be right. You won't be able to make sound decisions. So who's loving you if it's not you? So when I say love yourself first, this is a position of allowing the person you really are fresh footing, fresh growth. Why are you worrying about trying to go get a man when the man that's going to be in your life and change your last name? Because you know you can't yoke with the unyoked, no matter how good they are, how great they may be in the bed, and who they may know and what they possess. That's worldly, family. You'll never be happy. And that's also signs of a story that every kept person, man and woman, knows oh too well. Because they know deep down inside they would give all that up in the New York minute just to feel loved. Well, you can't make anybody love you, family. Your life is not made for TV. It's made for reality. Your reality is a reflection of your state of mind. Who am I talking to? So when you're ready to get off that merry-go-round of catch and go get it, you'll actually be able to put the foundation to go get what you need by going within. Don't worry about the one. That one is being created, and they're doing their journey too. But see, here's the difference between what you want and what you need. See, those The people that you need are in your circle. See, they love you. They speak their truth. It's all about upliftment. It's about telling you what is needed so the best you can be exemplified. The example. And guess what? Their example, because of the connection that you have, is a direct reflection of your state of being because they see the value of being in your life and vice versa. So why are you looking at your watch, wondering where Charlie is, when Charlie already knows where Charlie is because Charlie put himself there to begin with? What I'm trying to get you, family, to see that, you always hear people say, get over it, move on. They tell you that, and they may mean well, family, but truth be told, these are the same people that give that advice are the same people that never mastered it themselves. So they can't give you advice when they haven't mastered it. All you got to do is look at their lives and see what it represents. It screams at you. But you give them an E for effort. You try. But at the end of the day, it's your responsibility to ensure that that beautiful smile is seen, that clarity that's found within that beautiful mind. Now, you also understand that we only use 6% of our brain. Even though scientists want to say, yeah, you use 10, but they don't count the fact that 4% is self-indulgent, is actually a percentage of what man does to himself through exposure. So what we create, we destroy. Maybe that's the reason why families are so fragmented today. That's why society doesn't want family structures, because they don't want men in the home. Women to be respected. They want women to be objectified to the point they got Sheila looking for him. Sheila's sniffing around Sarah's skirt these days. And how dare you question right and wrong? But you know what? At the end of the day, it's about fool's gold and rock candy. At the end of the day, family, it is about free will. You can't make anyone do what they don't want to do. That's right, Queen. Ain't nobody can open your legs but you. That's right, King. Ain't nobody can make you trip, slip, and so it is about responsibility. So when you go this week and that a conflict comes from you, think before you speak. When that opportunity comes up that seems too good to be true, stay grounded. And when that disappointment comes for accountability, be still. Because these may be all things put in place by that devil to set your state of mind back. Now, you do understand that. I know they don't really put it out there. Some do and some don't. Because they want you to get caught up in the blurred lines of what God looks like and what he's not. But let me tell you what, God makes a way where God makes a way when there is no way. And if you're too busy worried about what he looks like, even though we already know what literature, as it was transcribed in that doctrine, but let's keep in mind, guess what? That's all allegory. That's all off of interpretation, because unless we were physically there, which we already know that even Moses, who was the first person to connect to the Most High, could not see his face. So there's room to interpretation of who the great I am is. But if we go off of what was transcribed into that doctrine, It is very evident. If you want to throw the scientific factors in there, that will tell you right there. You can't put certain genetic traits expected to survive in a climate that it does not thrive. That's why 85% of the planet is becoming darker. Because that's what history does, family. History is made to repeat itself for one specific reason. That's God's way of asking man, did you get the message? Did you learn what needed to be learned? Because if you didn't, you're going to see it again. You're going to see it again. That's the reason why you see them come back in your life. And you will, family. So don't worry. As you grow and progress, don't worry about what's behind you. Just keep going forward. Don't worry. God knows your heart. He will make a way in the intended time so that you will have that moment. But I guarantee you, when that moment does happen, your mindset will change. That's not a bad thing. Change is required for your legacy. How about this, King? It's required for your last name. You can't just give your name to anybody. Just like you can't give your seed to anybody. And we wonder why we have so many lost boys and confused little girls out here these days. Because we're too busy trying to do what we want, not what is needed. And we wonder why our family trees are looking like tumbleweeds. What's your spirit say? You think you're crazy because you hear those voices? Them dreams is vivid. To some of y'all got dreams of places you ain't never seen before in your life, but it's like you've been there. There's a reason for everything. But I'm going to say this and let y'all go. The more clear your mind is, and what I mean, take the things out that jade your perception. If you're getting high, stop. If you got a love affair with that bottle, stop. Or if you're a thrill seeker and you are playing like the Isley Brothers and Choosy Lover, stop. Because as long as you keep choosing, they're going to keep choosing just because, not for what was. And what should matter is you are the exception to the rule. Don't even think about your happy ever after until you make a decision, a declaration to love yourself first. Doesn't matter what they have and how they swing and what they got. They will never be able to love you because they don't love themselves. So how can you look to someone to protect you or build with you? They ain't got a relationship with themselves. So what y'all doing? Wasting time? Or causing more pain down the road? God's praying for you. You know I am. I see your worth. And for that, it helps me discern mine. You got to stop beating yourself up. Start healing. Take the stopwatch off your life. All the things that are supposed to happen will happen. But if all you see is drama, maybe, just maybe, you'll finally admit to yourself, I'm seeing this drama because that's not the environment I should have been in to begin with. Love yourself. Peace.